We're back. Rob Ellis, Tone to Shields, Sports Stake, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Let's hit that like button if we could, friends. Appreciate that. Tone, something else that concerns me greatly about this team. We talked about it last week, and this is prior to the announcement that he was going to get surgery on his knee. But Darius Slay essentially on his podcast saying, it ain't me. I played well. It's everybody else, right? And I'm paraphrasing it. So a couple minutes ago, AJ Brown put a tweet out.
Here we go.
And he said,
"Here we go.
Y'all fans swear y'all know everything. It's he's talking about the final interception. It's a shot played to me. I'm the first read. He just missed the throw. Of course, we could have threw it 6. I guess he means TD or Devontae. Threw it to 6 because it didn't work out. But when the shit works, everyone is happy. Quit all that buddy ball shit. I'm decoys on many plays." Here's the thing.
Oh, real quick. The plays that your decoys on, you don't give those plays max effort. I see so many times where he he motions in the formation or he's a decoy in certain plays and he doesn't commit to being the decoy, which means the decoy is not working. I've seen that so many times, like throughout him being here, even last year, when the play is not drawn up for him, he does not give max effort on that play. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it. None of them do. The only person I've seen give max effort on when they're being a decoy, when they're being moved in motion, is DeAndre Swift, right? Or Devontae Smith. Other than that, every other dude, when they're moving in motion or whatever, they don't commit to being the decoy. They don't. So, look, the fact of the matter is it was a bad read. It was a bad throw. I don't care if he was the first option or the last one. The fact of the matter is he locked in on you, and he didn't bother to look the safety off. He locked in on you the moment that ball snapped. Come on, man. Stop it, man.
And here's there's two issues on this. Why are you listening to outside noise?
That's
your
the problem
team's
right
lost.
there.
Your team has lost 3 straight games, man. Focus on getting yourself and the team better. Number 1. And number 2, guess what? This comes with the territory. You're in Philly, okay? You're not in Tennessee. You're not at Mississippi where you played your college ball. And Jalen just got, paid. So if Jalen is locked in on you and he's missing guys who are wide open or refusing to throw them, then he's going to catch heat. That is the way this works. There's too many guys that are doing this. Like, not me, that, or whatever. Like, stop, man. Stop. Is Jalen complaining that people are giving him heat? No. Nor should you. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it actually is believable. It is believable because this is who they've been all year, right? They've been a team who slowly has been unraveling. And here's the thing, man. I got a lot of respect for these players and the work they put in and the work that they did to get themselves to this point. And they're a very physical game, man. They make a lot of sacrifices. I totally get all of that, right? But here's my thing. You guys are public figures. You play a highly publicized kids game with millions and billions of dollars being put into it. You guys are essentially a part of a major corporation or organization known as the Philadelphia Eagles that happens to be located in a city that loves its football, holds them accountable, and doesn't take any shit from anybody, no matter what your paycheck is, how much you make or how little you make. The fact of the matter is, AJ Brown, you guys are not performing. You guys are not playing sound football. You guys are unraveling at the seams. Jalen Hurts is locking in on targets, which makes his job, which makes his job harder and makes the defense's job easier. If it was a shot play, if he was and if you were the number 1 read, why did he stare you down from the snap?
Yeah.
Why stare you down? If he knows you're the first read, look around as if they're the first read and then deliver. Julian Love watched him the entire time, and Julian Love was not even a good safety.
Right.
He's not. You allow Julian Love to get 2 interceptions on you. He's not good. He's average at best. So, again, all that tweeting shit, all that jumping out the window and trying to rah-rah with the fan base. You're yelling into an ether. You're screaming on a mountaintop and no one hears you. No one cares.
It's not going to change what's happening on the field. And that's the biggest issue. If this gets corrected and you have success, there isn't heat being taken. He went on to tweet, and for all that he's forcing the ball to me, bleep too. I'm in his head. It's bull bleep. When I make plays, everyone's happy. But when it's incomplete, it's I'm making him throw me the ball. I get blamed for more bleep than anything. Tired of y'all playing with my character. Dude, stop. Stop it, man. I mean, come on. This is, here's the other thing, Tony. And I get it. They're grown men and you can only do so much. But like there has to be a conversation had with guys. Stop. Like this is not productive to anybody. You're not helping the team. You're not helping yourself. It's a bad look. It's just a bad look. It feels like a team that's coming unraveled when you see this stuff.
Right here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, I just said it has the look of a team that's coming unraveled. With all of these things happening, that's the problem.
Yeah, I'm losing you, right? We sound like a little bit of a robot. It might be me. I don't know who it is, but to your point, right? I'm looking at this team, and my mind says this. Here's my mindset. You and I both put ourselves on Front Street to the public every day. We speak to fans. We give our opinions on football. We expose ourselves in such a way that we can get criticism from so many different places. This is the life we chose, right?
Yep.
So for me, I see there are a lot of things people say in the live chat or whatever that assassinates my character, or people believe that they know me, but they really don't. However you want to slice it. But the fact of the matter is they don't know me. And they think they do because they see me do this show every day. But they don't know me. They don't know my character. They don't really know my beliefs. They don't know my moral compass. They don't know the things I care about or I don't care about, right? They don't know the work I put in every single day. They don't know. They don't know.
Yep.
They don't know the things that go on in my personal life. They don't know. So again, does me going on Twitter and shouting to the rooftops, hey, that's not who I am, do anything? Does it solve anything? Does it change how they view me? It does nothing for me. It does nothing to change the narrative. All I can do is know who I am and be secure in myself and know that, hey, listen, nobody can say anything to make, break, or shake me because I know who I am. I know what my beliefs are. I know the things I care about and the things I don't care about. No one can move me off that. So when I see a lot of these athletes jumping out the window, saying all this rah-rah about assassinating my character and y'all don't know what goes on, and who are you? Like you're not serving anything or anybody. Like it means nothing. You know what I used to do back in the day? I used to tweet and then not post it. Just sometimes that's why it's important to have a journal or something. Or just have somebody to really talk to and bounce your thoughts off of. Because sometimes we say things that we probably don't mean, or it was probably in an emotional state.
Sure.
But when you post it to the world like that for everybody to see, now you're exposing yourself. You're putting yourself in a compromising position. Now you appear more weak. Now you appear more unstable, more dysfunctional. So again, when people say things about us, they don't know us. They think they do because of how we, they think they do because of how we give it up on the show. We're personable, you know what I mean? We like doing what we do. But nobody knows me.
No, I got you.
So again, AJ Brown, stop it, bro.
Yeah. I hear you. All right. So let's again, you look at it, 17 points last night. Have not scored 20 in 3 straight games. You had it's coming from everywhere. The Kelsey false start. A lot of different directions. But Jalen, what I'm seeing here, Tone, and this is undeniable. The 17 turnovers is tied for the most in the NFL. And you're talking about a guy that only turned it over 6 times last night. But you see poor decision making. You see locking in on a certain receiver. You see not taking check downs. You see underthrown balls. You see poor mechanics. Like it's gone really poorly the last few weeks, man. Like really bad for him. And you wonder, because we've seen this movie before with Wentz. Now, here's there's some massive differences in fairness. I think Wentz was a stubborn SOB who thought he knew it all.
Definitely.
And I don't believe that. I don't believe that with Jalen. Okay. And hey, if I'm proven wrong, jump all over me, but I don't believe that with him. Okay. I don't believe he's that kind of guy. I don't think Jalen, even though he's hurting a little bit with that knee, there's no doubt. I think Wentz was physically permanently compromised by his injuries. I don't think we're there.
And mentally.
Correct. Right. He went through the, whatever you want to call it, trauma of watching his backup win a Super Bowl. So I don't think that it's a straight comp across the board, but I'm seeing regression in his game and mistakes like holding the ball too long, turning the ball over, locking in on a certain receiver. They're the traits that I saw with Wentz too. And that worries me because I don't think the Eagles had proper coaching around him if it was even possible to dig him out of it. And I feel the same right now with Jalen, that he doesn't have the right coaches around him to get him out of these poor habits that he's in right now. Yeah,
that's the scary part about it. You know, we can't even trust the people around him. You know, it'd be different if, like, you know, he has some solid or experienced coaching where you could say, all right, Jalen, you just gotta find your way through this rough patch. But I don't really trust the people around him. I don't trust Nick Sirianni. You know, my trust started to waver with him with how that Super Bowl went. That was when the first time my trust started to waver, because I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, man. You made some questionable decisions. You kind of went against who you were and got tight in the biggest moment. I don't know if you built. So that was the first time my trust started to waver. Right. But again, you bring up such a great point. Does he have the people in the building to help get him out this place?
And I say that not to excuse him. He's a big boy. He wears it.
Sure, I got you. Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes everybody needs a support system to help them. Sometimes,
right.
And I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
Yeah. I look at the staff, right, and everyone's on offense is kind of the same. Brian Johnson, Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni, Jeff Stoutland, Aaron Moorhead. All those guys were pretty much here last year. Most of the changes came on the offensive side. Even the current quarterback coach, he was the assistant quarterback coach, you know, when Brian Johnson was the quarterback coach.
Exactly.
So all the voices are pretty much the same, but there's one voice missing. And I think that probably was the most important voice in the building, Shane Steichen. Because if you watch a lot of Jalen Hurts' press conferences back, he always spoke highly of Shane. He spoke about Shane a lot. He always said, yeah, Shane, you know, Shane this, Shane that, you know, Shane. He spoke highly of Shane. And this drop-off after Shane Steichen leaves, because again, we got to remind ourselves, Jalen Hurts is far from a finished product, and he's still developing. So the more time he had with Shane, the more refined he would be. And in the event Shane would ever leave, he would have a solid foundation. But because he only had that 1 year, that 1 year of greatness under Shane, it kind of left room for it to kind of be fractured. You know what I mean? Because you don't have that voice in there. You know, it wasn't enough time to really pick up Shane's, you know, mantras and habits and all that kind of stuff, right? So, and this is me just kind of putting things together. I have no real proof behind this. It's kind of me just kind of making an assertion. But like, I think Jalen is really feeling the loss of Shane Steichen. And Nick Sirianni, Brian Johnson, they seem like they don't know what to do with him. They seem like they don't know what to say to him, or they don't know how to help him get better.
Yeah. And there's no denying, even if you take the Hurts thing out of it for a minute, in this sense, when you have opposing players, and Christian McCaffrey isn't what I would describe as a hot taker guy who's begging for attention, but when he's watching something in the moment with the Manning brothers, who can dissect things, you know, in 2 seconds as former quarterbacks, and he's telling you exactly what's going to happen, that's not a good thing, man. That's in fact, it's a really bad thing. And you hear opposing defenses saying, last night, Julian Love said, I knew on that play he was going to AJ Brown. He said that after the game. Julian Love said it. So like you've become as play callers totally predictable. As a quarterback, you're totally predictable. You know, Dan Orlovsky says you're running the same 4 plays over and over again and expecting different results. Like you're making the defense's life so much easier. The players and the guys who are game planning for you, you're making their world so much easier. Whereas if you face a Shanahan and San Fran or Miami or whatever, dude, you're losing sleep, right? You're up all night. You're living in the office. With the Eagles, it's kind of like, all right, it's going to be one of these 4 and we'll be fine.
Yeah. I want to ask the live chat something. I want to get their opinion on something, right? How many years does Nick Sirianni have left in his organization? I'm curious to know where you guys are with the head coach. Not Brian Johnson, not Sean Desai or Patricia or Howie, specifically Nick Sirianni. How many years does Nick Sirianni have left in Philadelphia? I'm really curious. I just want to get a barometer. So okay, I'm seeing 1 year, 2 max, and again, this is beyond this year. So far, this is his 3rd season. So beyond this year, okay, I'm saying 1 year. Someone said this is the last season. 1 year, 2 max, 1. This is his last 4 games. That's funny. 2, 1 more season. Should be going this year. Last year. 1 next year. 1, 2. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Pro fan talk. If he doesn't get a better OC, 2 max.
Right,
man. So
like I'll answer as well. So
yeah,
I'm not there yet. And you know, you can call me, you know, naive and whatever. I'm not there yet. You know, I can't go from Super Bowl last year to this. I think that.
Well, let me ask you this, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you trust him? Yes or no?
I have real doubts right now.
I'm not in. You answer as well. Do you trust Nick Sirianni? Yes or no? Live chat. Do you guys trust Nick Sirianni?
Yeah, like I'm not in. I think this is it's a character flaw of mine, Tone. But when I check out on somebody, I'm checked out on you. Okay, I'm out. Okay,
same here.
Yeah, I think there could be probably more forgiveness there from me and whatever. That's a deeper philosophical life thing. I'm not there yet with Nick. I'm not. I'm frustrated. I have doubts, like I said. There's a lot of things that are bothering me with the way this has gone, okay, for real. But I'm not quite there yet. And I understand where people are. I get it. Believe me, I get it. It looks bad right now. You know, and the other thing that is troubling too, Tone, you're old in a lot of spots now. Your secondary moves like they're in quicksand, right? Like they have lead shoes on. You're getting up there, man. Lane looked like he was going to get hurt again last night. That was a miracle when he got rolled up on that he was okay. Lane getting up there, Kelsey getting up there, Cox getting up there, BG getting up there. Like
Lane didn't play well last night either.
No, I mean I thought the O-line was average. You know, I don't know. The ironic thing is Kelsey had the false starts, but I thought he had a good game other than that, getting out in space and killing people. You know, but yeah, man, it's amazing how quickly things can change. It really is.
Yeah. And there are 2 sides to it, right? Some people are saying, I don't trust Nick Sirianni. He got about 1 or 2 years left. Some saying, hey, we were just, kind of similar to you. We were just in the Super Bowl last year. There's no way things are going off the rail this fast, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's like I'm just going off of what I'm seeing, and I don't see a coach who has control. I don't see a coach who has confidence in his process. I see a coach who's questioning a lot. I see a coach who doesn't have the answers.
Right.
He pretends like he does, but he doesn't have the answers. I can tell. I can feel it. And again, I don't know this for a fact, but I don't know. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the answers.
Yeah, and that it very well. I'm not going to sit here and deny your feelings. Like it very well may end up being the case, for sure. But
as offense hasn't evolved since 2021, Rob. 2021, the offense hasn't evolved. And then Christian McCaffrey says what he says, and then Darren Orlovsky, you're running the same 4 or 5 plays. Come on, this is week 15.
Well, you know what I also wonder too, like if we're seeing this, we're hearing this from so many different parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the players thinking during the week when it's like this again? Like, or you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they go into the game half defeated mentally, knowing like, dude, we tried this last week and the week before and the week before that. And again, here's the tricky thing with this, Tone, is you're going to play a Giants team twice and a Cardinals team that are bad and going nowhere. Now, I'm not telling you those teams are going to lay down, but odds are it's going to look a lot better. Then is it really fixed, or is it just the level of competition that you're playing in the last 3 games as you look forward here with this thing?
Well, I would say the latter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't care what they show me next 3 weeks. It ain't
Right.
gonna mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
I mean that. They're a bad football team that's going to take advantage of other bad football teams.
Right.
And sometimes your worst can be a bad football team's best. So how can I put real stock into what you're doing when I saw you against teams who are going to be in the playoffs, teams that you're going to have to worry about, and you couldn't really measure up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big problem.
How can I take you seriously?
Yeah, that's the problem, man. All right, so a couple other things offensively, and then we will dive into the defense, like I said. And by the way, we got good news during the break about a guest today.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be exciting. I'm curious to hear what he has to say. Last night he did a great job. He was all pretty with his turtleneck. So
he did look good. All right, so who we're referring to is our boy D Gunn is going to be joining us 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, Derek's going to be hopping on with us. So he carved out a little bit of time with all the stuff he's doing at home. So he's going to hop on. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, the other thing that you look at with these guys, well, there's a lot of things obviously with them. But let me give you the second half numbers. Now, I understand Jalen's playing sick. But like to me, it's like if you were good enough to get out there, you're good enough to play. Second half, he goes 8 for 14, 64 yards and 2 interceptions. That's what he ended up going for in this. The other thing is, Tone, he averaged for the game just 4.6 yards per completion. That's it. You talk about not being worried about any kind of deep threat or gash kind of play. When your QB's averaging 4.6, less than 5 yards per completion, it's like, okay, have your fun underneath and do your thing. And you're going to do a little dink and dunks. They still can't figure out Goddard, by the way, at all. They have no idea how to use that guy.
That's how you know that's how you know what we saw last season and the second half of the 2020 to the 2021 season. That was all Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
That was all Shane Steichen. He's gone. Yep. Now all of a sudden they don't know how to use God. All of a sudden, all that experience, all that tape it's all gone. Shane Steichen was the mastermind. He was the mastermind.
Yeah.
And Nick Sirianni hid behind that. And now Nick Sirianni's forced to come up with game plans on his own with Brian Johnson, and they can't get it done.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Very simple.
I agree with you. All right, let's hit it. Let's come back and we'll do the defense. It was a significant game because Matt Patricia takes over as the defensive play caller. And Sean Desai relegated to the booth upstairs. And we'll dive into all of that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. That's Tone DeShields. I'm Rob Ellis. We're Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. I want to tell you about Jim Murray and Principal Financial Group because knowing who to trust can be critical, and knowing how to find that right person with your finances can be equally as difficult. But I can tell you from personal experience that someone I trust with my finances is Jim Murray and Principal Financial Group. Whether it's retirement planning, 401k review, insurance review, you might have a small business and you're trying to get your employee benefits off the ground. That's another resource that Jim can help you with. I have personally entrusted my IRA, my 401k rollovers with Jim, and I couldn't be any happier. You will be as well. Give him a call, 610-996-4751, 610-996-4751, or you can email him as well, Murray, Murray.Jim@principal.com. That's Murray.Jim@principal.com.